eliminated. Supply room access unlocked.
I'm glad you're on our side. I don't think we could have pulled that off. Thank you, Agent. I'm glad you're on our... Thanks, Agent. I don't know if we'll have room for any...
That showed him.
Supply room access unlocked.
So I figured out how to improve this build more. I got rid of Coyote Mask and replaced it with Catharsis, but that also made me realize I was losing out on more crit hit chance. So I had to replace a crit hit damage 1 on my chest with a crit hit chance instead. So I could at least get 49% crit hit chance with Bullet King out, and then like almost max, I think like 58 or 57.5% crit hit chance with my secondary out for close range with my shield, which is how I like it. I like the versatility with Bullet King and then Crusader Shield with a decent enough damage for Assault Rifle too, for close and distance, and if I get flanked. But that change, I can tell, already made a pretty substantial difference. Like, I could do heroic control points before without it, with using Coyote Mask instead and being a little bit more frail. It's just, it wasn't quite as easy as this. I'm not saying it was a game changer. I'm not saying I'm way better than my previous videos if you've seen in the past on this build. But I can definitely tell, and if you compare to this last video, it's like, yep, I'm definitely surviving even better now, and my damage is honestly pretty much the same. That's why I like Catharsis change on it. Because when I tested it in the range, the DPS, if I were to test it with 0 stacks or max stacks on Striker, with both of my guns at various ranges of the enemy, it was looking like I lost about 20% DPS with no stacks on Catharsis. So with no DPS buff coming from Catharsis at all, I lost about 20% damage, which is, not a small amount, but also not a large amount. It's not enough that's going to, make or break you on killing things in time still. But then the big thing was, I gained a good chunk, 15-ish. I gained about 15% more total armor to tank more aggressive hits that way. That further increased the armor regen from Bellstone and increased the amount of armor I give teammates from Vanguard. So I actually, even though Coyote was helping teammates, I was like, it really doesn't help much. A lot of other players usually already have it on too. And getting Vanguard with 6 armor cores is the best way to help your teammates with the survivability it gives them. Especially, of course, in Countdown. Countdown, Vanguard's the best buff in the game, as I've said, because not only does it buff all 7 of your teammates, it's actually all 8, because it buffs your armor too, which I don't know why it doesn't do this anywhere else but Countdown, or I guess anywhere where there's 8 players potentially. Vanguard actually gives you bonus armor every time. So it's like my super tank build that also has it. He becomes just the most insane, ridiculous tank ever in Countdown. He's going in heroic countdowns and just literally walking up straight on the extraction points. Even tanking some hunter hits because he just gains his health and bonus armor back so quickly that he still doesn't matter most of the time. I still have to watch out because sometimes you can still die from too many melees from hunters, but I think I've lived like 2 almost consecutive hunter hits in a row before on him while I'm just soaking up everything. Every little bit of firepower they're shooting at me. This build actually, for that reason, is amazing for Countdown too, because of course you're buffing everybody, but then your damage is still high enough that you're not like weakening the DPS of the team too much. That's why I really like this build, because my DPS, like I said, was 20% less when I did that, but that's with 0 stacks on Catharsis. At max stacks on Catharsis, I think I'm doing even more damage, because I lost like 30% crit hit damage, a little bit of crit hit chance, and then 1 red core, 15% weapon damage. But at max stacks, you get like 45% weapon damage from Catharsis, which pretty much makes up all of that, makes up the red core, the 15%, and makes up the 30% crit hit damage loss, and makes up the like 4 or 5% crit hit chance loss too that I suffered with this change. But obviously that's also rare, and the whole point of Catharsis is to also have the stacks wear out so you can pop the healing on me. Like, the reason to use it is to get my 6th armor core. So now I have... So that's the big change. Like, at 0 stacks on Catharsis, I have a 20% DPS loss. Not really a huge loss, honestly, even with no stacks, period, during combat. But obviously, most of the time, at any point, I'm at least going to have some stacks. And just having some stacks makes up some of that already. Where I'm basically... Like, if I have like 10 out of the 30 stacks on me, I'm basically close to the same DPS I already had before. So... But then I get the bonus from having Catharsis, which would be another armor core. So now I'm tankier with that. More armor regen from having more armor, because that increases the percentage from Bellstone. Then Catharsis itself gives you a little armor regen buff, and gives you a little incoming repair buff that affects my drone I use. So when I tested it, it takes me like 45 seconds to recover my armor from 0 to full before Catharsis on my old build. When I made the change, it switched to like 35 seconds. I mean 38. So again, just like with the DPS, not a huge amount, but also not a small amount. That's a good little chunk percentage faster regen from 0 to full. Also remember, I'm also recharging more armor per tick, since I have more armor. So it's actually a little bit better than that too. So it is a decent chunk. A decent noticeable chunk of regen extra from just that. A decent chunk of just raw base armor to tank, like, you know, the big explosive hits or just big hits. It's always good to give your armor in. It's good to have a higher armor to tank the big hits of the game. And then by having that 6th armor core, I increased my shield. So now my shield is also a decent amount tankier and regens a decent amount faster too, which lets me, combine with all that, be even more in their face, as you saw. Like in my previous videos, I could be in their face. I could go close range and do hit and run a little bit. This guy, I notice I do it like all the time now. Like I'm practically up to like my flamethrower tank, dude. I mean, he still has protection from elites on him, so he's still tankier than this guy is for sure. And he has more regen. But this guy, at this point, with a striker build, can now effectively fight in close range on heroic fairly regularly. And can survive long enough to like backtrack if I need to get behind cover. And then the great thing about Catharsis, it can sometimes help during mid-combat, giving me that much-needed regen without me even paying attention to it as I'm walking through it. It takes off statuses, so any burns and stuff like that will sometimes get just taken off completely, and that might be the difference between living or dying if I'm trying to run from something and I get status, but then Catharsis wears off and gives me the regen and the removal of that status in that little few second window while I'm running back. But also when I'm behind cover, since I can do that, but also I can fight behind cover thanks to Bullet King and just having the range on that with decent damage still on this build. So as you see, I can still fight at range behind cover, and then with having so much armor combined with Catharsis, and you know, the more armor you have, the more regen you get from the percentage based from Catharsis. Well, that just leads to me being able to just tank a lot of things behind cover and just sit cozy in my spot while I just lay waste to people with Bullet King. And yeah, by the way, like Bullet King, I still feel like is the best exotic, especially for this kind of build. because the other thing is I want to use the gunner tree. Because I compared the other trees, I thought of using the technician tree with Artificer Hive and all that. But honestly, with Vanguard, I really like Vanguard. That combo with 6 armor cores already makes my Crusader shield strong enough on Heroic for hit and run tactics anyway. Because I'm never going to fight like all the time in close range with a shield, nor do those people even do that when they use Technician Tree. So I didn't really see a need to do that, to get that skill tier in Artificer Hive. And all the others just didn't seem as good, because Gunner Tree gives you a little bit of weapon handling, which is great for my horrible aim, and helps you reload behind cover too, reload faster, aim better with Bullet King because of the weapon handling buff it gives you. Rate of fire, slight rate of fire buff. Helps me tank a little bit more with the armor on kill, so if I get kills, that's further getting me back up to my max armor, combined with my regen. The grenades it gives you, the riot foam grenades, great for landing it on people behind cover, either forcing them out by having them dodge and then you can shoot them in the open, or they just get hit by it, the best scenario, in which case it takes them out of cover and then they're just an open target for everybody. And then finally the minigun, because I mean the minigun is like the best signature weapon whenever I can use a signature weapon on this build, because it gives you bonus armor and bonus armor regen as you shoot, and all of that is further based off your max armor. So if you're doing a full 6 blue core gun build, then the Gunner Tree with the minigun makes the absolute most sense, because then it's the best for your minigun. It helps you survive. As you saw at one point in this video, I did pop it, and then like when my armor was starting to go down, and then I was able to easily tank that named and kill him in time when I realized I needed to, and I had the ammo in my minigun. So that was great. And if your shield's like not available, that's another means to give yourself a bunch of armor and regen out of the blue suddenly. So yeah, the Gunner Tree was definitely the best way to go too on this kind of build. So I think I think I finally tuned like a striker build as much as I can. This is now like I hate DPS builds. I hate glass cannons. I have 0 glass cannon builds, 0 6 red core builds, because I hate them all. I hate dying immediately from things. And I like playing more aggressively no matter what. No matter what build I'm using, I like to play aggressively. So I do have my refractor build, which is like the closest to the most frail build. But even on that one, I went like 2 armor cores and then used the card pistol with the +1 skill tier on it. So I'm still able to max out at 6 skill tier for my assault rifle and fixer drone. But still have 2 armor cores, still use the refractor, I think backpack or whatever it is that increases my healing even more on me from that to help me tank even more that way. And then I have the reduced, I think the knee pants or whatever that give you like 50% reduced threat. Realize that would also be perfect for his kind of playstyle. So even on him, he's not like a frail guy either. But yeah, this is whenever I'm in a team and they're like, oh, we need more DPS. I'm like, all right, well, this is the best you're going to get, because I refuse to play your stupid glass cannon builds with your Reviver Hive. I hate that crap. So I'll switch to my striker build if I'm on my pure tank build you've seen. All right, guys, I'll switch to my striker. But it's still going to be a 6 blue core striker. And usually that's all you need most of the time. Usually you just need all the players to at least have some damage on their build. There's some moments in this game where a pure tank in the team is just... It doesn't help. I mean, it does help in the sense that you can really soak up hits, keep people alive, revive people constantly, but there's just stupid moments. I think it's stupid, and it's unfair, and it shouldn't exist, but there's stupid moments where there's just stupid glorified DPS checks in the game that you just can't avoid, period, on certain missions, which is also why I don't even tend to play those missions, because I also hate them for that reason. Or like the Summit Floor 100. I'm never doing that. I mean, that is just it's not only a DPS check build, it basically says, oh yeah, you can't use any kind of tank or skill tier build at all, because they're just going to throw multiple hunters at you. And by the way, they're worse hunters than Countdown, because the hunters in Countdown, they don't actually throw out skills that like destroy your armor immediately. Like their guns are still checked by like your armor and armor regen. It's only their melee that bypasses a tank. which you can usually easily avoid. But the hunters on Summit 100, they throw out like skills, like damaging skills, like the agents do. In addition to, of course, hijacking your own skills. So it's just the most unfair fight imaginable. And their skills, of course, just instantly drop your armor, no matter how much protection from elites you have. I've noticed. I think they just straight up ignore that crap. So even if I walk in with my pure tank build, one of those hunters on Summit 100 on like freaking hard not even heroic, on lower difficulties when I tested, will still like one-shot me with their skills. It's totally stupid. But again, they don't want you to play like out of cover in this game. But I of course refuse to bow to the devs' desires and play how I like to play. So I do whatever I can to have builds that don't have to be behind cover 100% of the time, and preferably none of the time if I can do it.